Welcome to the Fan2Fan Podcast 5 Minute Frights, wherein, give or take 5 minutes, we'll try to share something creepy, kooky, mysterious, spooky, something fun and frightful that you can add to your to-watch queue as we all get ready for Halloween season. My name is Bertie Gonzalez, and on this episode, we have returning guest Jacob Trussell. Jacob's written for One Perfect Shot, Rue Morgue, Film School Rejects. He is the author of The Binge Watcher's Guide to the Twilight Zone, and he's going to share one of his scary favorites. Jacob, take it away.
I am going with Near Dark.
You haven't met many girls like you.
No, you haven't met any girls like me.
I was moving, nice and slow. It's not hanging, do again. And it hurts, far go. Tell me, I don't want to be back. I don't want to see a girl cry. You don't want to be a girl. And this could be the first time. Squeeze me.
Neither dark, prey, or daylight.
If you've had people talk these lists before, you've probably had someone say Near Dark.
It's come up once or twice. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, to not completely retread everything that other people have said about this film. I mean, when you have Kathryn Bigelow, you have Lance Henriksen, you have Bill Paxton, you have Jeanette Goldstein, you have Adrian Pastar from Heroes. Like, you have all this cast and crew that is just completely unmatched. Again, I feel like there's not quite as many Western vampire movies, but when the ones that are, like, they're really good. And here again, like Girl Walks Home, we have this Western influenced vampire film. And I think a lot of that Western influence just comes from the situations and the locations and the places that they set the story in. So, you have these kind of boots who dive bars that were, one of the best scenes in the film happens in, that gives it that sort of Western vibe. But really it's just the ensemble. It's the razor sharp script from the writer of The Hitcher. I mean, Bill Paxton's character alone, when you have a character named Severin, what a hell of a good name. That entire bar sequence, the score from Tangerine Dreams, and just the entire exploding vampire effect that they have for it is just unmatched. This was one of the vampire films that I saw when I first got into, I liked horror movies when I was a kid, but when I got into horror early high school, late middle school, this was one of the first ones that I saw. And I was like, let me tell you what, this, just completely everything else is compared to it now.
And how did you first see this? Because I think this has certainly gained cult status over the years, and I feel like it's got a bit of a resurgence again now. But we've had this conversation with a few people. I feel like it was very hard to come by for a while because it was out of distribution.
Yeah, it was. I know that there are Blu-ray copies that go for tons of money now. But for me, I lucked out when I got into horror. It was when really the first surgence of boutique DVD labels were coming out. So Anchor Bay put out an incredible 2-disc release with all these special features and everything, and bought that immediately. I think it's still in one of those old CD binders that you would keep in the back of your car, somewhere I still have that thing. And it's just begging for Criterion Collection or Arrow Video, one of those boutique labels, to put it out again, because it's too much of a classic for it to not have a really nice thing I can just put right there in my shelf.
And especially now with the namesake that Kathryn Bigelow has made for herself to be able to go back, revisit it. I would like to think that she would want to, have a commentary or something to kind of give some perspective to the movie. But Michelle Brittany had brought this one up, Pete, when we were talking with her, and we were getting into like those ideas, the themes of like found family, and you had brought up how like with Paxton's character Severin, how he was kind of like the bad boy brother, and how each of them kind of had like this archetype compared to Lance Hendrickson's. Like he was the patriarch, and between all of them, they were all kind of fighting to survive, but as this family was sticking together.
Yeah, definitely. It's a family that, in some ways a little, torn at the seams a bit. I mean, we talked about the not young, but the younger, the child vampire playing, how because he's trapped in this body. We explored that with Michelle a little bit as well.
And you compared him to like grandpa of the family.
Well, yeah, because I like them. I felt like he's like, like the grandpa's still living with us, and we just kind of carry him along, and he's just kind of grumpy all the time. And he may or may not burst into flames at some point. But
and occasionally he rides a tricycle.
Yeah.
And a fun anecdote on that: the young kid vampire is the son of the actor who played Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Interesting.
And connections all over the place.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.